Alright people, you know who it is, Eternal Dragon here. So, second video, and I thought getting this channel kicked off again, it'll be good to talk about Tekken 8 and the Tekken 8 information. Tekken was kind of the game that kind of started off this channel. Well, it was actually Soul Calibur, but Tekken 7, we were all waiting for that. And Tekken Tag 2 when the channel got built. So I was actually in Amsterdam for the Tekken World Tour Finals, and I got to sort of see the video live. And just talking kind of the general thoughts, my general thoughts of the heat system, I think is pretty good. We don't know enough yet how it will work in a real match, and then we'll need like a few weeks and months to see how the general meta of the game plays out. But what we've seen so far, I like it, but there is some concerns I have. For as far back as I remember, Killer Instinct being the game that kind of kicked it off, where instead of having universal meter that applies to everyone, Instinct mode has mechanics where the character has unique abilities that enhance their playstyle. And then we see that with V-Trigger and Street Fighter. Soul Calibur brought in Soul Charge, and now we have the heat system with Tekken, because they showed King doing the running move, and his one has power crush properties. And Paul Phoenix is known as having one hit kill moves. They kind of said being a strong fighter. So we're going to see that kind of concept in Tekken. Now that's good. I liked the concept of that. But after playing Soul Calibur, it can be done and implemented not so good. So Soul Charge does that. The character does a special move, a burst of energy, and you get access to new moves and new states. So the issue with Soul Charge is that some of the characters became so brain dead that they were just known for being brain dead characters. And then when you're the person doing that, it's pop Soul Charge, the defensive option becomes run away for 20 seconds or however long Soul Charge runs. So we have this game that's very intricate, and Harada wants offense. Someone pops Soul Charge, you just run away until it runs out, or you minimize it. That's kind of how Soul Calibur developed. And then later on they brought in resist impact that you can deal with, break attacks, unblockable moves that you see a lot more in Soul Charge. So it was very oppressive, and the initial burst pushed them away. Now Tekken 8 doesn't seem to have that, but just my general concerns, I hope that they balance it so it doesn't become that. It becomes a move that they pop and someone doesn't have to necessarily run away. Running away should be a one-part strategy. It shouldn't be so, in my opinion, just run away. It doesn't make for an exciting match, it makes it a bit boring, but at least Soul Calibur has counter. You can guard impact, had reverse impact, resist impact, and reversal edge. And whether you like reversal edge or not, there were some things to deal with it, so you didn't have to run away all the time. But that got implemented into the game later on, or things got toned down. But initial Soul Calibur, Soul Charge was just ridiculous on so many characters, and the damage was insane. It was just so overtuned. Now Tekken seems to refine some of the things that Soul Calibur did. You know, Soul Calibur 5 had super moves, which were just the first implementation a little bit just trash in the execution. I don't mean like how strong as the character, but the cinematics, just how it looked. They weren't there yet. And then they have Rage Arts, which seems a bit better, and then they have Critical Edge, which improves on that, and now we're seeing more improvement in Tekken 8. So I just want them to balance it correctly. Now, what that looks like, we don't know, but I like the fact that offense is being prioritized. Now, I know that probably sounds a bit like messed up, because we all like offensive plays as well. But we do love defense, and I just like that offensive is prioritized. I do like them to have some defensive mechanics, because Soul Calibur talked about has defensive mechanics, where if you feel like you're being oppressed, you can guard impact. The risk reward sometimes is a bit skewed, but you have a system. Dead or Alive, you have the counter system or the parry system where you can do something. Tekken doesn't have that. We've only seen offensive mechanics. You have Rage Art, I guess, that has armor, but you get unlocked. Those things get unlocked for you later on in the game. The other ones are kind of with you throughout. So whether we see something defensive mechanics, who knows? Maybe it's not in Tekken's DNA to have something like that where they more focus on offensive mechanics, and your defense has to come with your natural movement, your blocking, you know, things like that. But having things like your life don't recover unless you're attacking is pretty bold. I like they're making bold design choices. So it looks good, man. I can't wait for this game. Looks like we're back in that cycle again and waiting for new Tekken updates. I'm a bit more patient this time as I'm older. I've got more things going on, so yeah, I'm just here for the ride, man. Just see how this game develops. The graphics look good. I think you'll see some improvements. Law's face does look a bit messed up. He must be like 50, and he seems really young looking in this game. So yeah, I just want to talk about the heat mechanics and just the general feel of having this system now in Tekken has I pop meter, and now it's instinct mode, it's V trigger. It's something that enhances my character's specific capabilities, because it's sometimes harder to refine and to tune because everyone's so different. Someone's is so broken, and someone's you pop it, you're like, I'm not worried about that. That shouldn't be the effect, you know. It should be kind of equal, and they should strive to be equal in terms of he's popped this, I need to be weary, but I'm not overwhelmed, but you know, I have to be cautious. Not, well, I'll pop Soul Charge and I'm going to watch Gro do his madness and just 50-50 guesses all around, you know, and with no counterplay. That's kind of what it is, you know. And people say the counterplay is your movement. I get that. When you have such oppressive mechanics, having counter mechanics is where resist impact came with Soul Calibur, you know, it helped deal with it. Even though that sometimes risk reward is not great, but they tried. And Soul Calibur doesn't have as much budget as Tekken did, so we'll see. Anyway, enough rambling. Just get back into the swing of these videos. Stay tuned for some more Tekken content. Just giving my thoughts. I'll be streaming soon as well. But if you follow me on Twitter or you know my Twitch, you can see when I'm going to go live. But yeah, it's good to be back, guys. And thanks for your messages. It was good to hear from some of you. I'm doing good, and hopefully you're doing well as well. But yeah, anyway, take care.